Okay, guys, today's story is How Deep is the Sea? Pipkin was a very small penguin who was always asking very big questions. How big was a dinosaur? Does chocolate grow on trees? What makes snow fall from the sky? But the thing he wanted to know most of all was, how deep is the sea? Penguins are really good swimmers, said his mama. Why don't you go and have a look? Pipkin took a very deep breath and dived into the sea. He swam down a little way into the sparkling blue and found a seal catching silver fish. Excuse me, said Pipkin, how deep is the sea? Deep enough to hold more fish than I could ever eat, said the seal. Would you like to stay for lunch? Sorry, I can't stop now, said Pipkin. I'm off to find the bottom of the sea. He swam down a little further into the deepening blue and found the biggest creature he'd ever seen, singing a rumbly song. Excuse me, said Pipkin, how deep is the sea? Deeper than a big blue whale like me has ever been, said the creature. Would you like to stay and sing to my blue whale friends across the sea? Sorry, I can't stop now, said Pipkin. I'm off to find the bottom of the sea. Pipkin swam down a little further into the darkening blue and found a salty sea dog and a yellow submarine. Excuse me, said Pipkin. How deep is the sea? Deep enough to need a submarine to reach the very bottom, said the salty sea dog. I'm going there now. Would you like to join me? Yes, please, said Pipkin. The submarine took them down and down and down to where the sea turned night black and there was no one else around. Then, one by one, twinkling lights began to appear. All kinds of wonderful lit up creatures were swimming around in the dark. Excuse me, said Pipkin. How deep is the sea? Deep enough to have whole mountains at the bottom, said one of the twinkling creatures. Look. And sure enough, just below was a range of towering mountains. Is this the very deepest part? Asked Pipkin. Not quite, said the twinkling creature, and it pointed to a valley. Down there is the very deepest part of the sea. So the yellow submarine took them down into the valley. It was very deep and very dark and very, very quiet. Flump went the submarine as it landed on the bottom. I wonder where anything lives. All the way down here, whispered Pipkin. They peered into the darkness, but nothing came to say hello. So they sat for a while at the bottom of the sea, with miles and miles of water above them. Ready to go home? Asked the salty sea dog. Yes, please, said Pipkin. Pip said to his mama, the sea is very, very deep. It's deep enough to hold more fish than a seal can ever eat, and deeper than a big blue whale has ever been, and deep enough to have whole mountains at the bottom, and lots of twinkly creatures hardly anyone's ever seen. And it's deep enough for very small penguins to have very big adventures, said his mama as she rubbed him dry. I'm proud of you, my little Pip. So I hope you liked the story of Pipkin. See you next time.